Closing is always easy when you're in Cardone U. We role play with Grant Cardone's team. They know just what to do. They're always there to support us. We couldn't ask for more. On our way in the right direction, we found what we're looking for. In FLC, in FLC. Closing is better with appointment setters. You'd better believe we're not a team but a family. We work together in harmony. We are devoted, on that you can quote me, in FLC. We welcome the newbies gladly. We know there's so much to learn. We got your back for a lifetime. There's no need for concern. Just look at the world around you. There's deals to close everywhere. And if you face an objection, what would Jabari say? In FLC, in FLC, objections are easy. If you don't believe me, I have to agree. We can role play at any time. To disagree, that is a crime. We're practicing to get the cha-chings in FLC, in FLC. Since we started training, our leads ain't complaining. They're so happy. We get to role play with Big Brother Dave. We've got Coach Sean, the best coach ever born in FLC. All of our closers, they keep their composure. 10x is the goal, Uncle G, well he knows. We've got the spirit, and you've got to hear it. We're FLC.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of our, yes, who indeed, our live FLC Hangout every Sunday with Misty and Josie. And today we have such a special guest, a specialist of the special guests, the one and the only Shabaria, who's down here, right, for everyone. Hello, hello. I'm so excited to have you on. And yeah, if you don't know Shabaria, then how are you here? She is the reason we are all here. She is Come Cover Award winner. She's running 2 businesses. Amazing, amazing woman. So we are so lucky to have her with us for 45 minutes and pick her brain a little bit. So yes, I'm so excited. Today's topic is she's just as silly as us, so which you all already know. That's probably why you're here, because we're all like this. But today's topic is kind of responsibility, integrity, and kindness in business, and why it is so important. I feel like it's very overlooked, this topic, but it really is very, very important. And who better to talk about this topic than Shabaria herself? So I wanted to start off asking you, Shabaria, why do you think it is so important in business to remain kind and have this integrity?
Yeah, thank you so much for asking. And first and foremost, I just want to say thank you guys, because I am such a fan of the Hangout. Every single week when it comes on, I don't always catch it live, because sometimes I've got calls or other things that I have to be on, but I always watch it afterwards. And some episodes I've even watched multiple times because I'm just so enjoying it. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for what you're doing. And for everybody who's watching this, make sure to follow Misty, make sure to follow Josie, because these ladies, they're phenomenal leaders, they're phenomenal entrepreneurs, but also they're phenomenal people. And I really respect what you guys are doing and how much energy and commitment you're putting towards helping everyone here in the Smile Group. So thank you guys so much. And I feel so proud to be on here because normally I'm watching and now I'm on here. So I feel like it's a massive accomplishment for myself as well. So yeah, thank you so much. And by the way, everybody who's watching this, also feel free to ask a question because these ladies, they know their stuff, they know their things. So make sure to ask your questions in the comments, whether it's this episode or any episode to come, or even previous episodes, that's fine too. And they definitely will be able to help you out. Now, to answer your question, it's important to be, well, kind and have integrity for so many different reasons. It's important as a concept in life, in my opinion. And when you look at business specifically, it's really a reflection of how you stand in life and the things that you do. So if you want to be tremendously successful and really helping a lot of people, but at the same time, like Ty Lopez says, live the good life, which means having not just wealth, but also health and relationships and love, then it's very important to be able to allow that reflection to be a positive one. And so, hey, I hear myself. But yeah, that's something that it is very, very important. And you will also see a lot of the time, and I don't know if you guys have ever had that as well. I know you touched upon it in your Hangouts a few times, that sometimes people are thinking that business is a difficult thing. It's difficult to get started. You have to be super incredibly smart. You have to have a lot of money. But actually, business is quite easy, simple. The concepts are simple. It's a lot easier than we are being made to believe when we hear about it or how the educational system is portraying it to be. But it is really about you being yourself and doing the things that you know are good. That's also why we always say, like, do whatever good it takes. Oh wow, my camera was like, yes. So yeah, I think integrity is super, super important. And the reason why I think as well it's important to talk about it is because sometimes, and maybe people who listen to this will resonate with that, but sometimes when you do get a lot of success, there also comes the challenge that it may get to your head, like, look at me, I've done all of these things and I've made so much money, and now I'm like, that ego kicks in as well. But that's also the beginning of the downfall in a lot of different ways, because you may be super, super, super successful, but if you don't respect other people, then what is that success worth? Or at least to me, it's not worth anything if you cannot treat other people with respect and be kind and understand that we're all equal. So that's why when we teach business within FLC, that's like a central part of it. Allow yourself to be a good person and allow your integrity to be the thing that allows you to manifest and bring the right types of clients that would be happy to work with you. And it's a lot easier if you're doing that and are that consistently than a lot of people think. So I think for me, that's like the golden something in life, the golden wire.
Rule.
How do you say that? The golden rule. That's it.
Golden rule.
Question.
Yeah. Sorry, Misty, were you?
Oh, I
Go ahead.
can't get past, he kept saying picking her brain. I'm like thinking I didn't bring my headlamp and my little pickaxe. I can't pick her brain.
No.
But yeah, I totally resonate with everything that Chibaria just said. And I think that, like,
Oh my gosh.
woo, Chibaria,
Yeah.
but I think, like, in my business, because I'm a caretaker, I deal a lot with responsibility, and I think, and integrity, and I think you need to, I deal with all of that: responsibility, integrity, kindness. And it's like, in my job being a caregiver, it's not only my responsibility to be a companion to my client, I also have to have the responsibility to know what is right and wrong, which goes kind of into integrity, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is I have to know when is enough for me to do my job.
Mm-hmm.
Or let me rephrase that. It's okay. Say I walk into a client's house, and me being the person I am, I immediately get started in doing things, cleaning, cooking, taking care of them physically. And I've had to in the past apologize to a couple of my clients. I am so sorry. I am not being the best caregiver I can for you. And they're like, what do you mean? You do everything. Yes, that's the problem. Part of my responsibility and my job is to help you maintain a certain standard of lifestyle and a certain standard of independence. And here I am doing everything for you. I'm taking that from you. I'm harming you more than I'm doing any good. So it is that we have to know the balance there. When is it okay for me to I kind of have to look at my position as a spotter, as if that person's lifting weights. I have to know when to let them do it and when to step in and help out.
Yeah.
And I think it's really important, especially in any kind of business, and like you said, in life, but in any kind of business, especially because in FLC, we want to help people. We want to jump in there and give them everything we can and over deliver, and we do as much as we can. But at some point, we have to just be a spotter and be okay. I've given you everything I can. Now it's your turn. Let me be here for you, but now it's your turn. I can only jump in on so many things. I have to allow you to take your own responsibility, find your own integrity, and by doing that, I'm giving you kindness. Because I'm allowing you to become and grow who you are meant to be, right? And I think that's really important. So I totally agree with what you said. And I think it's just, finding that balance, but remembering that when you're in business, especially with the public, you need to, first and foremost, integrity.
Yeah.
And very, very close is that responsibility.
Yeah.
Very close, because you have to keep things in not only legal, but ethical.
Yeah.
And I think that, so the integrity and responsibility goes hand in hand with that. And I think in doing that, you are giving kindness to others.
Yeah.
Am I off?
Yeah, no, I really love what you're saying. And also, I don't know what you guys think about it or whether anybody agrees or not, but I do feel that when it comes to what we are being exposed to on a daily basis, whether that is through educational system or media or social media or, just things around us, a lot of the time that is not done exactly like what you said. It's like taken away from you that it's your responsibility, or even that it's within your power. That's the thing that I find sad a lot of the times when you see people, or we speak to people from all around the world every single day, and when you find people that are so incredible, so talented, they have like really big dreams, but they don't feel that they can pursue it because they're being made fearful of what if it goes wrong, or I don't have the money right now, or I don't have the time. Whereas these are self-imposed limitations that we can also take away ourselves as well. Doesn't mean that in 1 second you have $1 million per se if you want that, but also you have the opportunity to go and find it, to be able to take those action steps. And I think what you just shared in here is so powerful, because it is our responsibility. And as facilitators of helping other people, whether that is as a caregiver, or whether that is as the owner of a company, or whether it is as a teacher or a coach or a mentor or anything like that, or even as an influencer, it is very important to allow people to become self-sufficient in that way, because you physically can't keep doing everything for them. Yeah, you can do a lot for people, but giving people that power and that belief and that consistent support that they can do it and they can do anything, that is so, so, so powerful. And that's why I just love what we get to do, of showing people that there is another way, and that you don't have to settle for something that is way below your capabilities just because people around you, or what is around us in terms of what we get fed every single day, whatever that says, we can do it, and we feel that we can do it, and we should be able to have the courage to follow that as well. So yeah, I really love what you said.
I want to point out that, like you're saying, everything around us has an influence on us, right?
Yeah.
And I want people to keep in mind that, yes, the world around us and everything we're taking in, whether it be social media or whatever, the people we're around, a lot of that is negative. Most of that is negative.
Mhm.
And even our conditioning from really young to now, all of that can be changed.
Yeah.
All of that can be changed. You don't have to maintain that. You can change it, we go over this all the time. It's
Yeah.
just changing your mindset. It's knowing and wanting better. And part of integrity is knowing that and taking the steps to change that and to move forward into a better position, and what you, Chibaria, you and Grant Cardone and everybody on the FLC core family keeps saying is it's our responsibility to do business. It's success is our duty, and it's a responsibility because we get to go out and help other people. But when we're helping other people, by doing that, those people get to pay that forward and help other people. So
Yeah.
in that way, we're changing the world, and that's bringing in more responsibility on our part and integrity, and again, kindness. So
Yeah.
all three of those really go hand in hand.
Sorry, I'm a very visual person, so if you catch
I
me
am
doing
too.
it's just like I enjoy this so much, and I just love what you guys do. And I want to also ask you guys the question: if am I allowed to also ask questions?
No, of course not.
No, but
We only get to grill you. No.
oh, that's also cool. But no, yeah. So is that the way how it goes?
Yeah.
It's fine. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you
Because I also am happy to take questions, but just like as a thing for you guys, because one of the things that have been super beautiful for me is to well, first and foremost, to be blessed that we get to surf together, but secondly as well to really see, like, with this show, how much of an impact you guys have made. What do you guys feel is a very important message for people that are watching this or will be watching the replay, in terms of knowing that you can do it? And I want to first and foremost actually ask Josie, because Josie, you're super young. It's like, it's so crazy. You're so young and so wise. I remember the first time that I spoke to you was, I think, Instagram, where we were like messaging back and forth. And when you told me your age, I was like, no way, that's not possible. Your voice, it has so much wisdom and clarity, and like the energy that it carries. I was just like, wow, that's just phenomenal, right? And with Misty, the way how you have that natural capacity to truly, I don't know, like the charismatic power to just, I don't know, like when I listen to just the segment that you just did right now, it's so, there's so much power in that. So if people watch this and they're like these ladies are amazing, not speaking about myself but speaking about you guys, that you guys are amazing, like what would you say in terms of, or in light of, the responsibility, integrity, and kindness episode? What do you feel is like the biggest thing, as a tip or as a learning that you've had over, let's say, the last year, that could encourage people who are watching this, that they can do it too, that there's literally nothing that they cannot do? I want to point it to Josie first, and then I know, like, you guys always like interject and everything, if that's okay.
First of all, thank you so much. I remember that conversation as well. It was the first. I remember when you replied, and I was like, oh my god, like she replied.
So sweet.
I think I'm cutting in and out a little bit as well, so my Wi-Fi is not.
Oh, she's looking really funny. I don't know if you guys can see it, but she was frozen.
Sorry.
You were frozen, and you look like this.
It always happens.
Very serious. No, you're back. You're good. You're good.
This always happens when I start speaking. So if it does, I'll just pause and I'll let it do its thing. But so yeah, thank you so much for saying that. And also hello to everyone watching and the FLC family watching. I really love that question. And I think one of the biggest things I would say is actually something you touched on a little bit in the beginning, that it's easy. I feel like a lot of the time it's very overcomplicated. And I know when I first wanted to, like, had this idea to get started, and every time I start something new, like joining the FLC family or deciding I want to do my own business or doing even like starting this Hangout thing, this Hangout, it, I think about it so much and I'm like, oh, what about this? What about this? And I need to remember to do this and I need to remember to do all these posts. But in reality, it's, you just got to do it. There ain't nothing to it but to do it. And I've frozen again, haven't I?
No, I was like, love that quote. That was so nice.
Oh, good. Yeah. That's something that really sticks with me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think my biggest thing, if I just had to say one, is just start and don't overcomplicate it. Stay who you are, because as you say, a lot people buy or they like people that they know, like, and trust. And if you, something else you say is, if you can't appreciate that one viewer or that one follower, then you don't deserve the thousands. And I think that's a big thing to keep in mind when you're starting. Just go, start, be consistent, and trust that it's gonna flourish the way it's meant to.
Yeah, I love that. That's amazing. How about you, Misty?
I think you really need to know yourself. I think it's really important before you go into any venture. Know who you are. Really, really dig deep. Know who you are. Know what you're capable of. And know that, like I say, you keep telling me all the time, you're capable of so much more than you know.
Yeah.
And that's true. I know what I'm capable of, but we have to remember there is more to that.
Yeah.
So what we're capable of, we're like 100 times that. But I think that you need to remember that when somebody, in your life, somebody else has done something huge and amazingly impactful to you, for you in your life.
Yeah.
And you deserve to be able to go out and pay that forward. And know who you are, know that you are capable of anything. I have to look at it as like this. And I keep going, every time I think about people putting restrictions on other people, there are no strings attached to me. I am not a marionette. I am not a puppet. I am not a robot. I don't have somebody else controlling me.
Yeah.
So there's nothing to stop me from doing anything. Right?
Yeah.
Even the things that we're told, you can't do this and you can't do that. That's exactly what it is. Somebody else telling you. That doesn't mean they have the right to stop you or that they can stop you, or those are your personal boundaries you're putting up because you're buying into that.
Yeah.
So know who you are, know what you're capable of, know that somebody else has impacted you. And if you're wanting to go out and impact somebody else, just do it. Because like we say, it's easy. And it's so much easier just to get started. And it takes so much less energy to get started than it does to talk yourself out of it.
I love that.
Because it's just, you're sitting there selling yourself on why you can't do something.
Yeah.
And that's just negativity and the outside world telling you that. So you need to, you know what? No. I'm choosing not to listen to that. So anytime, like for me, anytime anything negative comes on, I change the channel or I change the subject or I leave. I don't want any of that anymore. So I'm only accepting positivity. And I have to, it starts with me. So just believe in yourself, know that you can do it. If you have doubt, you have a worldwide family here that'll show you otherwise. There's no doubt in anything. It's super easy. Just know who you are, know what you want and what you want to put out there. And if you don't know what you want to put out there, put it out there anyway and figure it out.
Yeah.
It's just, it's just that easy.
That's beautiful. If I can, one thing that you said about knowing yourself, I think sometimes people, from the conversation that I have with people, then they are not necessarily fully aware of what they can do. But I think the biggest thing that, like what you just said about knowing yourself, is more like knowing that feeling, right? Or at least that's what I experienced before I started out, at least, because I was not familiar with anything business wise. I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but before I met Master Shri Akashna on that one event that I saw a Facebook ad to and that sort of stuff. So when I was doing my PhD at the university, I was already kind of looking for, okay, I want to do something where I can make more money, where I can give back to my family, and where we can, help people that haven't got the means to be able to do the basic things, or help children and that sort of stuff. So I was already keeping my eyes open for anything business wise. And then at the university, they presented a course or like a seminar series about business. So I joined that, and it was like 8 lectures. But if I now look at it, or even when I started like actually going in business and learning from Master Akashna and literally doing business and looking back, it was like, wow, that was so complicated. Like in the university, business was presented so complicated, and like you have to make long, extensive business plans and financial forecast, and like you have to do all the R&D stuff. And there are certain areas where certain things like that are required, but that comes with growth as well. It's not like the first step in business. You have to have all of that in place. And if you do have it in place, first day in business is going to be different, because that's just not like, you can't figure everything out in your head. Business is by doing. And so that was one thing that I thought was very fascinating. But in that process, I didn't necessarily know whether I had it in me to be able to, make over $1 million and go do the things that we now get to do. But I did have a feeling that I know is like, oh, there's so much more that I can do that I'm doing now. It's like that feeling. And I think you guys would resonate with that. And a lot of people watching this may resonate as well. But it's that this feel like, and you don't know how to direct it, because there's like this is how I describe it, at least. There's this I don't know, energy running, and I'm like, oh, I want to do something, but I don't know what to do. And then once you know, because there's a mentor or there's a group or there's people that can help you, how to then channel that energy to something, and you can allow it to be productive. That's where also things go into some sort of acceleration, because like you said, even if you don't know what to do, just start doing something, and that action will open the next door. And that's what we don't realize, or most of us don't realize. If I just go and do a live video, or I make a post, or I do something, people will see it. And because people will see it and they will respond to it, and I get into conversation, I get more clarity on how I can develop or help other people, which is what business is about. So I really resonate so much with what you said just now, because you don't have to know it all. And as a matter of fact, I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, I do know I can't what I'm doing, but still, at the level that we are going to grow to, compared to what we are right now, we've also no idea. Like, well, it sounds really weird, but you never know unless you take that step, and then you perfect what you do know up to that point. But you still don't know what that next stage is going to be. You just know by consistently taking the right actions and living with responsibility, integrity, and operating from kindness, that the right knowledge is going to reveal itself, or the right thing is going to open up. But you can't predict it, because you don't know where it's going to come from. So you should live by these principles, take action, and then it will reveal itself. And I think that's exciting as well. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I really resonate with that. That's something I've been thinking about quite a lot recently. Is a big lesson that I've learned since joining the FLC family and the core team, is that I plan too much. I sit down and plan, and I don't do. I do everything before the doing, and just never get to the doing. And I think that's because I want things to be perfect, and I want, when I finally do it, I want it all to go smoothly, and I want to have this vision, and it can only go like this. And if I plan it, go like this. But it never ever does. No matter how detailed I plan, it never does. And it's always, once you start doing something, things change, and that's not a bad thing, because you learn how to overcome certain obstacles, and you just learn to, I think it makes you a better person. You learn to go with the flow, which I think is really important in business. And like you said, it's, while doing that, it's also very important to remain, kind, have integrity, know your responsibility, because if you just keep at that and just keep going, keep consistent, the right people will come to you. And you, no matter if you make a mistake or anything, it won't matter because you're surrounded by the right people, if that makes any sense, and
Yeah.
you're all vibing the same, and you're all on the same alignment, and it's okay. Like people want to do business with people, not robots. As when you know, everything with you. I don't know people don't like that, and that's something. If I'm honest, something I've had to do with these hangouts as well. And I never wanted, when I went to like promote them or make a post like, hey, come join us, I always put it off for ages because I'm like, oh no, the post needs to be perfect. I need to write in my notes what I'm going to say first, copy it into the post.
Yeah.
But I've learned that you don't. Like this week I've just been, like, hey, come join us, and people have responded really well. So yeah, that's been a big learning.
I like that.
Yeah, it's just doing it. I think that when you live your life with responsibility, taking responsibility for things and integrity, and you're doing everything with kindness, like you said, you're more likely to gain more people that want to do business with you and want to reach out to you, whether it is that they need support from you or that you need support. They're more likely to reach out. And the good part about being an FLC is, like we keep saying, you have the worldwide family to reach out to. And in that, if you're in a certain stage of your business and you don't know what the next step is, you have a whole world of people you have access to ask them, because you can guarantee that it's somebody else in that family worldwide is going to know the next step. They have taken that next step, and they're like, hey, it's kind of like mountain climbing. We kind of have this rope tied to each other, and we kind of, go up, let me help you come up this far.
Yeah.
So it's like, I love that. And I don't know, it's just amazing.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys. I'm gonna be really silly right now, but as Missy is talking, I'm just literally looking in my in my in my camera. What's going on there? Cuckoo.
So was I.
I was like, I'm trying to listen, but I'm so wondering what he's doing over there. Cuckoo, come here.
Oh,
It's okay. One of my dogs is sitting on the floor
Having
behind me and sunbathing, and I keep thinking about, what are they doing?
Oh, yay. Every time. I don't have a dog.
Cuckoo,
Oh,
want to
this
hang
is
out?
our family dog.
And you had just had a new haircut.
Oh, he's so
You're
handsome.
handsome.
Oh.
Oh,
So what do you think about this topic?
let me hear your thoughts.
Yeah, he thinks you're doing a good job.
And by the way,
Missy, Missy are missing. You should follow them.
oh, stop it. Oh, stop it. It made me blush. No. By the way,
Here for now. Yeah.
little detour. If you want something that will give you the first steps, very important steps in your business, and if you are feeling a little bit stuck and you don't know what to do, how to start, we have a free gift for you. So Comment Roadmap. It's written by Chabaria herself. So need I say more? Not really, but it's an amazing book. It will tell you everything you need to know. And yeah, it's completely free. So you're doing yourself a disservice by not getting it.
Oh, that's so awesome.
And if you guys don't know, Chabari has written several amazing books. They're all worth millions. And if you need any of them or want to know more about them, let us know and we will get you all the information you need. She's handing out gold all the time with these books. I mean, it's just, you've got to get these, you've got to know more about it. You got to read these books and take them to heart and put them into practice. And they're all worth millions. I mean, look at her. You can see behind her. She's got the 2 Comic Club award back there. If she doesn't know what she's doing, then we're all.
Thank you so much for the kind words. And I really want to say this thing again, because why I really love the Hangout so much, and I'm just going to be really direct with this, is that you guys are real. And it's really like what you put out here is so real. And I've said it before once to students, or it was a few students that were inviting me to come on their podcast or on, their show and everything. And they were just starting, so it wasn't many viewers or anything like that. And I said to one of the students, like, I would rather be on your podcast than be invited for the Oprah Winfrey show or something like that, because this is real. And I feel the same way about you guys. And it's important to have that, because sometimes, again, like what I spoke about earlier and Josie spoke about, is that it can get to your head and you can think like, oh, at a certain level you're more, like, for instance, if I was to be, oh, look at me, look at this Stone Comic Club award, oh, need to point, right? Then and therefore you're more as a person. No, absolutely not. Never ever more than another person. We're all equal. But the good thing, or the nice thing, is that we all share such beautiful different qualities. So some people may have certain qualities or certain experiences that they've had in building a business, and then you can learn from someone like that. And other people have incredible experiences and build up knowledge and wisdom in exercise, other people in personal relationships, other people in music. And so it's actually a really beautiful thing that, in like, instead of being or thinking like, oh, I know this and that, or I should, like what Josie said before as well, I should only feel like I should talk to people when there's hundreds in the audience or stuff like that. Like, these are the types of things, again, bringing it back to integrity, that I feel that what you guys do, that holds integrity, no matter whether it's a difficult day, no matter what's a happy day, if it's like low viewers, high viewers, you guys show up and you guys show the real deal and allow other people to see like, hey, it's okay, I can be proud of myself, and if they can do it, I can do it too. And that is the beauty of it. And I really want to say, don't ever change, always be like that. And I know the heights that this show is going to reach, and the more people, but whether it reaches more people or whether it reaches few people, doesn't matter, because the quality and the integrity and the love and wisdom that this show provides is absolutely phenomenal. And I really mean that with all my heart, because it's something that, yeah, I don't want to miss an episode. And I have that with very few things. And I always want to listen to it. And I'm always like, oh, nice. Like last week was with Jay, or was it the one before that?
Oh, it was last week.
Last week. Also, like, I was like, oh man, I missed it. Let me watch the replay. Like, it's so nice. So I really want to say that to the two of you. So everybody who's watching this live or on replay, comment below and say thank you, Misty, thank you, Josie, for putting all this out there every single week. I know how much work that goes in the behind the scenes, but more importantly than just saying thank you, take their messages to heart, because they are doing phenomenal things. They are running their business every single day. They're helping people every single day, and you can do that too. It doesn't matter where you're at right now. There's not like, oh, I wait until that moment and then I'll do it. No, today. The best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. Next best time is right now. So do it now. And there's never a moment where everything is going to be perfect or you're going to be perfect. Perfection is an illusion. So you are as perfect as you can be. And sorry, Coco. And yeah, let's make it happen. Comment below and say now. Now is the time. Thank you, girls, very much.
I think that, like you said, the best time to plant a tree is now. I think people need to understand that what we're telling you is business is so super simple. Most of the things you need to do in business, you do on an everyday basis anyway. Yeah. So what you need to do is take that little seed, put it in the ground, and nurture it. And that's what we're here for. We're here to help you nurture that seed. Make sure you give it the right amount of water, the right amount of sun, the right amount of coverage and warmth and care, and the right amount of food. You know, that's what we're here for. And these hangouts are by no means scripted. And if you can't tell, go back and watch them. We forget things all the time.
Oh, yeah, it hasn't happened yet today. Oh my gosh.
Huh?
It hasn't happened yet today that one of you start talking.
Don't it.
Oh, sorry. It might still come. It might still come.
We'll have high hopes.
Yeah.
I, for one, love making mistakes because it teaches us something, right? Yeah. Every mistake is a new growth. So yeah, if I'm going to forget something, fantastic. Let me forget. Let me forget that, learn my lesson and why I forgot it and what I can do to change that and move on from that. That's so awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I'm super excited.
Me too. Oh, sorry. Was anyone
Sorry.
speaking?
No, I don't know if you've ever had. So I think I just had the moment. Like I was like, and I froze. But yeah, you go. I just had a really weird moment here. You go.
Because I thought my my connection's like not great anyway, so I thought you'd frozen. And I was like, oh wait, for her to finish speaking, but then you were still moving, so I was like, oh wait.
Yeah, no, I had like a brain freeze. I was like,
I think we all did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mentally froze.
Yeah.
Just like Misty said, these are, as you can tell, never scripted, but that's the way I love it. And that's what we're talking about being real. It's okay to make mistakes, and that's what makes you human. That's what makes you relatable. And it's quite funny that,
grow.
Exactly. And it's funny that Shibari, you mentioned something about this at the beginning, that once people get to a certain point, it seems like they have this ego and suddenly they're powerful and they're better than you, and the suit and tie comes out. But it's
hey, you got anything against suits? What's that? I'm just kidding.
No, if you wear a suit, you're still welcome. If you wear a suit and tie, you're still valid, and you're still welcome. You're still welcome.
If we hadn't seen you gotta get up and walk around, it would have been suit on top. How do we know we don't have pajamas underneath there?
Stay away from suits, guys.
Oh my god.
Wow, what was I saying?
Sorry. When they reach a certain height and then they're like, like that.
Yeah. It seems, because then you look at those people and it seems like the only way to get there is by being like that, and by being like strict and this like harsh. Have I frozen? Oh no, I'm back. This harsh businessman or women. But it's not. Like look at Shabaria, look at Grant Cardone, the people we learn from and look up to. They're still them, and they're doing so good. So yeah. So thank you, Shabaria, for being such an amazing person to constantly every day look up to. And I feel very lucky that I get to work with you every day.
All right, back at you.
It's such an honor to meet you.
No,
I just want to sit here and admire Shabaria. Oh, go ahead and talk, Shabaria. I'm good.
You guys are so fun. You guys are too sweet. Like I'm so shy now. Yeah.
No, but it's oh, by the way, if you are part of the FLC family, exciting, and if you're not, get part of the FLC family. Reach out to one of us and we will get you in. I've frozen again, so I'm not sure if I'm interrupting people, but I'm gonna shut up.
No, go ahead.
No.
You're not interrupting anybody.
What did you say? Can you say it again? I missed it.
No, I think I'm cutting in and out. But I wanted to say that. Okay, good. Because sometimes you freeze, but I think I'm still going. Anyway, new problems. Shabaria, so I can see you starting to smile. You can't trick me. What was I saying? If you are not part of the FLC family and you want to be as weird, because only weird people are allowed in, by the way, contact one of us and we will get you in, talk to one of our experts, and you can learn. Yeah, you can learn everything we have been talking about in a much deeper level.
That's what all three of us.
I'm frozen.
I want to touch on the fact that you were saying that a lot of people, when they start doing business, they look up to somebody else and thinking, well, I have to change who I am in order to be in business. So I have to be snotty and greedy and rude. And that's not true. That's really not true. You get to be you, and you get to be who you choose to be, which is hopefully a better person, which is what a lot of multimillionaires that I've seen have done.
Yeah.
They may get a I want to say a bad reputation because people's comments, or they take things the wrong way. But most of the people that I've seen have chosen to take the higher path and become better people.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go into business, you go in being authentic and being you, and you do allow the process to change you, but allow it to change you in a positive way. You don't have to go the negative route. You really don't. And the best way to do it is just to be you, make as many mistakes as you can, learn from them as much as you can, and just keep going.
Yeah. Yeah. And with that as well, I want to add one thing to it, is that we all have to realize like that it's in our own power, but also that it is and always will be our own responsibility. So coming back again to the responsibility point, that it's sometimes, and we talk about this on the FLC challenges and stuff, where it's like you can't, like you need to put your finger like this, right? So you're not allowed to point, because if you're just like this, then doesn't matter who you try to point to, it will come back and pointing at you. And that's the thing, right? It is our own responsibility to make things happen, to follow through, to keep doing the right thing, keep putting one foot in front of the other, and make things happen. And even if certain challenges come and certain things happen which are making it difficult, then don't let that stop you. Just know that it's up to you to continue to go. And I think what is really nice about that is that you also can be assured that with these two ladies, you never walk alone. You can walk together with phenomenal people, and it makes it a lot more enjoyable, makes it a lot more fun, makes it a lot easier, because you're not like figured everything out by yourself. Like imagine being in a big desert with a big sandstorm, and you're like, oh, where do I go? Where do I go? It's like very difficult. But if you have a Misty on your side and a Josie on your side, and then there's camel that Josie is on, and then with the camel she can see further, and then she's like another camel there, and then there's another camel, and then there's like all of a sudden 3 camels. In other words, you're upgrading and you make things easier, and then all of a sudden we're with 3 camels, and then we're walking and walking and walking, and all of a sudden we see like we've arrived where we need to arrive. So it's a lot easier than if you're by yourself. You're like, I can't see anything, I can't see anything, which is like a metaphor for life, right? Because that's why people give up and they're like, okay, let me just throw in the towel. But how do we get into camels? Yeah, I don't know. To make it visual. Yeah, it's up to us. If you're watching this live or on replay, comment below and say, it is up to me. Seb has a beautiful quote about it. Oh yeah, if it's meant to be, then it's up to me, I believe was the quote. Is that true, Seb? Let me know what it is.
Yeah. I like.
I'm waiting for Seb to say.
Josie had the same thing as I just had. She was like, yeah.
I had to like think about how I was going to word it. It's because we're all the same person in different bodies, but Shibariism. I like something else that Seb says a lot. I'm not sure if this is his quote or he took this quote from someone else, so also let us know, Seb. Fail fast, fail forward, fail often, which I love. So yeah, remember that quote remember that quote, and also remember to never be afraid to fail, because we have your back, and we have camels who have lots of backs who also have your back. So you have lots of people to have your back.
I love it. So everybody, comment below. You know that just have people have your back. You have camels who have lots of backs.
Oh no! It's like going to be my first known quote.
I'm just thinking that would be such a nice ad or something, whereby you have a camel and then with lots of bags. It's like, this camel has your back.
With all its bags.
With all its bags.
Uh,
Seb, can we work with that? Being the ads expert. It's
Don't
like,
be surprised if we come out with that and didn't one of the posts.
oh my god.
Exclusive footage of FLC core family making
Yeah.
that.
So geeky.
Awesome. So we are 49 minutes, almost 50 minutes in. Is there anything else you guys want to say before we wrap up?
I have one more thing. Very, very important. Both of you have to answer 100% honest.
I'm in.
All right, cool. What's your favorite color?
Purple.
Ah, nice.
Like a plum, pale plum, dark purple.
So darker than this?
Yeah.
Nice. And yours?
I like green, either like ivory or I like mint as well. Nice green.
Ivory. I don't know what.
Like kind of.
Ivory is more of a beige cream color, white.
Oh, I meant
Or
like
Ivory.
ivory, because green
It's
is more of an emerald or a lime or a leaf green.
emerald. I like emerald. You know that like deep emerald kind of green.
Right. Oh, is it like this?
City.
Oh wait, there's many.
Yeah.
different- So like this one?
Yeah, maybe a bit more emeraldy.
Emerald.
Lighter.
Okay.
Emerald.
Ivory is like the Seb says ivory is like the piano keys are ivory. Are you thinking ivy, Josiah?
Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Seb. I meant ivy.
Okay.
Like
Is this the one?
yeah. Yeah. I don't yeah.
Or this one?
Like
Oh yeah.
you know?
Mm,
A nice emerald.
nice. I hear we have an emerald as well.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Nice. Green and purple. I like that.
No, what's yours?
Yellow.
Yellow.
Oh, the happy color.
Because
Yeah.
you're such a sunshine.
But I don't know if you've ever tried it, but yellow by itself is so happy, whereas other colors sometimes can be a bit sad. Like if you look at blue by itself, blue is a beautiful color, but if you look at it, it's like, or very serious. Like this is how I interpret blue.
I think it's a cool color.
And yellow is like, and purple is like,
I'm
Cool.
cute.
and
Yeah.
blue. No, green is like. I'm one with nature. I'm a tree. Or something.
Can you tell Trevor is very visual?
With yellow, no matter where, if it's amongst other colors, if it's by itself, it's always happy. It's like, ah. So that's why I like yellow.
Very true, very true. I also Seb quoted, like this one proceeds to show the exact same color Chibs do. Like calling me out.
Does that make us just say an autumn tree?
Autumn is my favorite season, so
Oh, really?
I love it.
How
Yeah,
about you?
you're more like when the leaves are just starting to turn orange and some of them are still green. So it's like
Is it because I'm ginger?
you're just all over the spectrum, huh?
But autumn is also like where you get such beautiful pictures. It's like the leaves start changing, and it's like a park is all of a sudden a completely different park. I really like it. What's your favorite, Misty? Your favorite season?
Mine is my favorite season is spring. I love it when the flowers and stuff are just coming out of the ground, and it's just warm enough that you can go outside like 5-6 o'clock in the morning, and it's still kind of cool and crisp, but warm enough that you're okay out there without a jacket or anything, and you just sit in the warm sun all the
Oh,
dew
that's
on
so
the stuff.
beautifully
I love
explained.
that.
Love
Mm.
that. And I also love how he's hugging you. That's so sweet. I have two favorite seasons. Is that also allowed?
No.
I like summer and I like winter. Like my brother and I, we always have that when it's the winter time. We're like, oh, I can't wait for summer. When it's summer, it's like, oh, I can't wait for Christmas. That's that sort of thing. So
Mm,
yeah, I like both.
I get
Both
you.
the
Yeah.
summer
I like winter too. I love
Yeah.
the snow and everything. I just don't want to drive in it. I don't want to go anywhere in it.
Mm.
I just like being in the snow and having all the trees covered in snow around. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
the most wonderful
Yeah.
time of the year.
I just don't like being cold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
The only
it's nice
thing.
and cozy as well because then you can just wear
Mm,
your winter stuff and then your hat and then scarf and then
mm,
hands like
The gloves.
gloves. Yeah, gloves.
yeah.
Oh, I don't know if you guys have it. This is like totally off topic, right? But to have those gloves where your fingers go out, because if I have gloves with fingers not coming out, then I can't breathe. It's like I can't breathe, and it's like when the fingers come out, then it's like ah, good.
Yeah.
Mm,
Weird, right?
Yes, yes.
It's so strange. I don't know
The
if you guys
fingers.
have
I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes, coming up, you guys can see all the weird things in my mind in my psychology.
We should change this title to "Get to Know Jabari, Misty, and Josie."
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Yes, fingerless gloves. Oh, what did I say? Gloves without fingers.
I don't-
Okay, final thing.
um,
If I may, final weird question. Maybe not so weird. What is your favorite taste? Favorite taste?
like specific or like savory sort of
I don't know.
sweet.
You can be
Mm.
completely free to describe. I have one in my mind, but you go first.
I don't know about you guys, but anything Asian.
Yeah.
I love Asian food. I mean, I shouldn't say anything because there are some really weird things out there I just don't want to touch. But mostly, I love Asian food more than anything else.
Oh, nice. Like that. And there's something that came to my mind, which was like that flavor is so good. It's called umping. That's like a thing that we eat in Indonesia. But then there's one whereby before you fry the umping, you have something on top of it. So it's a bit spicy, but it also has a bit of sweet in the taste and a bit of salt. And the combination is so good. It's my favorite umping in the world. So yeah, that came to mind when I was thinking that what's my favorite taste? Like that one is really special. It has everything. It has sweet, it has salt, and it has spicy. Yeah.
I love
How about
spice food.
Mm.
What about you, Josie?
Your guys are good. I also love Asian food. What came to my mind straight away is anything grape flavored. My mum is from Brazil and they have a lot of grape jelly and grape drinks, and they have a drink called a guarana, which is actually a fruit, but it's kind of grapey as well. And yeah, grape flavored things.
Nice. I like that. Grape. Is it grape from grapefruit?
Oh, I don't like grapefruit. Too bitter.
Oh, grape. It's like the yeah, exactly. The thingies that make wine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't like wine. I don't know what about it. I can't wine, prosecco, champagne. Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah. This was a fun end to the hangout. Thank you.
Thank you guys for allowing this to happen. I know it's not part of the usual stuff, but it's just like I was like, I want to know what are the favorite colors, and then we went into this. Yeah, nice. That's
Steph, go ahead.
space mushrooms.
If you know, you
Nice
know.
one.
Right? Those space mushrooms. You know, there is at Costco. I don't know if you guys have Costco over there, but at Costco there is a candied mushroom. It's like a freeze-dried shiitake mushroom, and it's candied. It's the only mushrooms I can handle eating. I absolutely love those things, and you eat them like a snack, and they're so good. It's
I don't
weird.
know. We should.
I'll have to get some and send it to you so you have it. You can try it.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I would love to try it. Right.
My computer froze for about 30 seconds, so I don't know what we're talking about, but
mushrooms. Candied mushrooms. Chivaria.
I see.
All right. That's the moment that we know we've come to the end.
Yes, well, this has been such a fun hangout. Thank you so much, Chivaria, for coming on here and sharing all your wisdom and also what your seasons, your interests. I'm sure everyone wanted to know all this about us, so that's good. But on a serious note, I had so much fun. Thank you, Misty, as always. And yeah, thank you so much, Chivaria. Come on, roadmap, if you haven't already, to get your free
Cold to Client roadmap
book full of the top secrets. And I'm frozen.
Yeah. And we'll have you on again.
Misty, you wrap up.
We'll try to have you on again.
You do it.
So funny.
You're doing amazing, Josie. You're doing absolutely amazing.
Yeah. And I would be very honored to be here next. Very, very soon again. Yeah. Let's go. Let's make it happen.
Let's go. Okay. You guys ready for the song again? I don't know about you guys, but when the song's playing, I'm always dancing and singing in the background.
Yeah, it's so nice. Thank you guys so much.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Let me start this.
Closing is always easy when you're in Cardone U. We role play with Grand Cardone's team. They know just what to do. They're always there to support us. We couldn't ask for more. On our way in the right direction, we found what we're looking for. In FLC, in FLC. Closing is better with appointment setters. You'd better believe we're not a team but a family. We work together in harmony. We are devoted, and that you can quote me in FLC. We welcome the newbies gladly. We know there's so much to learn. We've got your back for a lifetime. There's no need for concern. Just look at the world around you. There's deals to close everywhere. And if you face an objection, what would Jabari say? In FLC, in FLC, objections are easy. If you don't believe me, I have to agree. We can role play at any time. To disagree, that is a crime. We're practicing to get the cha-chings in FLC. In FLC. Since we started training, our leads ain't complaining. They're so happy. We get to role play with Big Brother Dave. We've got Coach Sean, the best coach ever born in FLC. All of our closers, they keep their composure. 10X is the goal, Uncle G, well he knows. We've got the spirit, and you've got to hear it. We're FLC.